welcome back to episode 8 of MILFs Unfiltered. How are you, my love?
Oh, how are things going in Emily's world?
Busy. Is that a programme? Emily's World, or is that Emily in Paris?
That's Emily in Paris.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, but it can be my world. It's interesting.
What is happening in Emily's world?
I feel like an absolute comedy. It is just busy. So many exciting things. I've got a huge order for a friend of mine who is doing a massive business event out in New York.
Oh my God.
So we are talking like...
Emily's going worldwide.
Emily is going worldwide.
Emily in New York, not in Paris.
Yeah, so business diaries, tickets and lanyards, cups, brochure, workbook, everything. I'm doing the whole lot for her.
How many people for?
80 people.
Wow.
All of them are business leaders who are attending this 2-day event in New York.
Babe,
Which
that is
mega.
That is massive.
Yes.
How
Mega.
you've progressed in the space of a few fucking weeks.
Yeah. 2026
And not
is
only
here.
that,
It's vibing.
It is. It's starting out bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
And if you think people are going to this business event,
Yeah.
they'll see your products.
Yeah.
It only takes a few of them to say, oh my God, who's created...
So alongside the order, I'm being featured in the brochure. There'll be stuff about me and my products and what I do within this advertisement brochure for the clients with all the links to my pages
You have
and
got
everything.
to promise me, if you ever are flown out to fucking New York and you need an assistant, I'm your assistant. I'm coming with. Okay. I'll even just stand there and not, just be a little skivvy and be a skivvy. But if you get an opportunity, babe, to go to New York, I'm fucking coming.
Oh, yeah, I'd be there with bells on. Yeah, so that's my world at the minute. It seems a bit surreal, but it's amazing.
Oh, see mine.
So what's going on in the carnage that is Kayla?
The carnage that is Kayla's life. Yours sounds very, very good, like exciting. Mine, I always feel when it comes to me explaining about what happens in my life, it's just fucking chaos and just... Mine is comedy. There's no denying that my life is just chaos and comedy right now. So, my Eva has learned kind of new phrases at school.
Excellent.
In RE this week.
Oh.
Do you know where I'm going with this? So, to cut a very, very long story short, David was in the shower on his own. I wasn't there. And he's come rushing out. He was gone to the toilet. He's come rushing out and said, oh my God, you're not going to believe what Eva's just said to me. I'm like, oh my, what? And he went, she's just said, Daddy, you've got a penis, haven't you?
I mean, observant, yeah.
And Dave went, didn't really know what to say.
The normal response to that, David, is yes.
He did say yeah, but he was a little bit like
shocked,
thrown back about it. So he just said, yeah, I do. She went, and I've got a vagina. And Dave just went, okay. And then,
Kayla, this is the conversation for you.
Exactly. So he's come out and said, babe, she's talking about vaginas and penises in there. He said, this is not
I'm out.
A conversation for me. So
That's some real detail going into it.
So when I've asked her about why are you talking about vaginas, vulvas, what's brought
You're
this
wondering,
on?
YouTube alarms.
I'm like, I should be listening to our podcast. But apparently they do learn it at school. They learn about the female parts at school.
Nancy's done it at the end of year 5 as part of sort of the curriculum. They covered puberty because she was horrified that they had to watch a video that had like a cartoon version of a boy and a girl on, and it showed things happening and breasts growing and pubes developing and stuff. And Nancy was horrified by it, but that was at the end of year 5.
Yeah. So year 4 she's learned about vaginas and penises and is my vagina going to look like yours, mummy? And I'm like, I fucking hope not. Hold on, and she just says, and she's just so intrigued with it. And I mean, I think it's good that they teach children about body parts and things like that, and they need to be aware of it. But I just think she's year 4. Does she need to know? And now I'll say, because in our house we call them bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Okay, boys have got bobs, girls have got bits. She goes, they're not bits, they're vagina. It's a vagina, mummy. I'm like, well, I'm all right. It's a vagina, but it's like going to that next level of...
Yeah, and I suppose it's a difficult thing to balance because Lucas is that little bit younger as well, and you don't need to open that can of worms just yet with your whirlwind.
And he's already a dirty little sod. He'll follow people into the toilet and everything, so I don't want to start introducing bloody vaginas and penises to him. He's already intrigued about what goes on down there. But yeah, it's blown my mind how... I don't remember being at that age and not like talking about vaginas and penises.
I don't remember doing it
obviously I knew that boys had willies and girls had whatever I called them back in day, but not to the extent of knowing the anatomy of a vagina. So that's what's happening in my life. We're all talking vaginas and penises,
that's
which
interesting.
It's the word that's being thrown around quite a lot in our house at this moment in time, and Dave's really uncomfortable about it.
So it's like, wait till Lucas is a bit older, I'll talk wet dreams then and we're all right, and morning glory.
I can't.
Dodgy magazines under the bed.
He already knows that his thing does things, especially in the morning. And with Lucas, he'll go, obviously, harder in the morning. And he'll go, oh, it's okay, it's dead now. So when it's gone soft, he says it's dead. He goes, Mummy, my willy's dead. My willy's dead. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. My willy's alive. I'm like, oh my God. But I just said to Dave, I'm like, you deal with the lad situation. I will deal with the girl situation.
Let's stay in our lanes there.
Stay in our lanes, absolutely. But yeah, apart from that.
Well, talking all things vagina and chutla girls, let's dig into today's episode of raising our girls in a very different world from where we were when we grew up.
I think what I've just said says a lot. I think children are, especially girls, are learning a lot more about their bodies and things a lot younger. But as much as I think, are they a bit young to be doing that, I do think it's also good for them to be aware of what is private and what is just for them, and how that is just, like I said, just for them, and no one else has the right to touch it. And I do think that's the whole purpose of obviously why they're learning these different things and making them aware of it. But it is also really, really scary, especially with how social media and people being groomed online and things like that. It's so scary.
I love social media. I love online. I love the connection that it can give you with people, with family when they've moved abroad, things like that. But the concept of the risk and the vulnerability that it puts young people at, and I just remember growing up and the worst thing I had to think about was what I was wearing for non-uniform day, or what shade of Dream Matte Mousse I was going to cake on my face.
Dream Matte Mousse.
That was my biggest worry as a child, and now I've got to think about whether my child's got some paedophile following her or trying to message her. And she's going, Mummy, can I have Snapchat on my new mobile phone that I got for Christmas?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, babe. We can have that conversation when you're 21.
Going back to Dream Matte Mousse, which, by the way, what was that?
How did they allow that?
I always think about when we used Dream Matte Mousse, because it was kind of like the trending foundation at the time.
It was.
How we afforded it, because I know for a fact I remember it coming in that tub like that, and you used to scoop it out. Oh, we didn't have brushes, babe. We didn't have brushes or contouring and all that. You literally like just like cream, lips as well. No lip liner. We just all went.
No, we just went dead lips.
It was always like 2 shades lighter than your actual skin.
Or 2 shades darker, and then we left the line.
I know,
we had a little slag line around your neck.
Slag line, love it.
Love the slag line.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, how we afforded it, because we must have gone through that tub in like 2 uses, and then, but I mean, to be fair, it was only like, what was it, £5, £6 back. Yeah. But the makeup girls are using these days. If I walk into a room, it's like walking into Sephora.
Oh yeah, that's Nancy's room.
And to be fair, we've really, really tried with Eva. We do feel like she's growing up really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And I do think that comes down to society,
Yeah.
social media. But one thing that me and Dave have totally agreed on is regarding the makeup.
Yes.
We have, she's got BB cream at the moment, and that is borderline for us. We don't want to put in too much makeup on, and not only that, it's for her skin. I want her skin to be able to breathe. And not...
I'm the same with Nancy. Yes, you can wear some eyeshadows at the weekends in the holidays. Yes, you can wear mascara at the weekends and in the holidays. But it's a no for foundation, babe.
Yeah.
It's a no for foundation. Do you know what Nancy does in the morning for school, because she's not allowed to wear mascara for school? She gets Vaseline. So she curls her eyelashes and then puts Vaseline on a spoolie and puts it on because it makes her eyelashes look like she's got mascara on. Absolute top tip of the week there for you, ladies and gents.
From an 11-year-old.
Yeah, there you go. I, on the other hand, used to sneak my makeup to school, lather it on, and then my mum would just take it out my bag and put it in the bin. And I used to get This came...
Donnie, what are you doing?
This came out when I was probably about mid to late 20s. That my mum just used to take it out my bag and put it in the bin. But I knew that she'd done it. She knew she'd done it. We never had that conversation. I just used to go to my gran and say, oh, gran, I've run out of makeup. Can we go and get some more? And she'd go and buy me another set. And none of us three ever had a conversation about it until I was about mid-20s.
Oh, my God. But it is scary about how expensive makeup is now. Like I say, we just used to use Dream Matte Mousse. We used to just rock on with that. Whereas now I think children and I think young girls are looking a lot older than what they are down to the fact that they put makeup on. Now, I'm not condoning when men get with these girls and they end up being underage, because I'm not being funny. I would not know. You do not know that. And I think the problem is a lot of these men do know, but there's a little small minority of them that do get with these girls who are out. Illegally, they're underage.
They've got the fake IDs because they're so easily accessible now.
But they look so old because they've got this makeup on, and it is so scary. And I always think, is this what Eva and Nancy are going to feel is what they should be and how they should become when they're older? And it does scare me.
It's changing from you earn your sort of validation by being a person with qualifications and a good job, to you earn your validation because you've got X amount of followers and you wear the latest things and you are an influencer.
Now, Eva does say to me a lot, you're a TikTok influencer, you're this, and
my mum's an influencer.
She does.
My mum's TikTok.
But I say to her, I'm not, babe. My job is I'm a coach. That is first and foremost. Yes, I do things and work with brands. But I only work with brands that I genuinely believe in. And whereas a lot of influencers, they do just take on anything and they will get paid for that. But I genuinely feel that the younger generation now feel that that is the only way to make money. And that's what they aspire to be these days, either a YouTuber, either a social media influencer, go on Love Island. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go on Love Island. I love to sit there watching Love Island, eating my ice cream in my stained pyjamas whilst sort of going, she could have done some more squats, couldn't she?
Do you know what though? The thing is though, I feel Love Island was the start.
Yes, it was.
It was this.
Because, do you know what I think they should do? Have a Love Island for like the mid-30s.
Oh, you could go on.
I could go on.
You could go on.
Mid-30s, like people that have been parents or that don't look like they've been airbrushed.
This is the thing, and
because that's me, I can go on with like my flat ass.
Maybe you're building that now, babe. Don't worry about that. But it is true, and I think Love Island was the start of setting these standards. Setting these
for girls and boys. But I think there's just that more pressure on girls, isn't there, these days?
Do you know what? Yes, but also boys. Now you think about us going to the gym. We are starting to see a lot more young lads come through those doors, and for me, I am all for it.
Yeah,
I would
better than being on the
rather
street corners or getting involved in exploitation,
knife crime, gang
Absolutely.
crime. Absolutely, get them in the gyms, get them working on themselves. I'm all for these young lads being in the gym as long as they're not taking the fucking piss, as long as they're not there running around like it's a bloody playground.
Hogging the weights or leaving them and not putting their weights
Exactly,
away.
but as long as they respect the gym floor and they do what they set out to do and they're not causing any bother, crack on, work on yourself. But I do think that has come down again to I'm not just blaming Love Island, but social media. They see these lads
the reality
that
TV
are ripped.
shows
They've
and
got
things
to
like
they've
that.
got to have abs, they've got to have good delts, they've got to have good arms, like they've got to look ripped. And I think that's where a lot of lads are now reason why they're going to the gym.
Yeah.
So it's just I would hate to be, I mean, it's awful because our children are going to grow up with this, but I'm so glad we didn't grow up in this era.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you just used to take a picture, put your Dream Matte mousse on, have your skinny eyebrows.
Yeah.
And you just used to take that picture and that was that.
Yeah.
There was no filters, there were no...
Absolutely.
And what blows my mind is how people... And so a lot of them are mums, and you see them on social media, they'll take a photo with the children, and it'll be a nice photo of them out for the day, doing something lovely, making memories. But then the photo is filtered to fuck of the mum. And it doesn't even look like them. It doesn't even look like them. So I just think if we are bringing up children in this world, especially girls, and they're seeing their parent take a photo and then filter it, they're obviously going to have that behaviour as well when it comes to it. And they're going to feel like that is just the norm to do it.
100%.
And it blows my mind. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I did used to use filters a hell of a lot to the point where they completely distorted my face. And my brother once said, "What are you using on your photos?" I went, "What do you mean?" He went, "Kayla, your teeth aren't that straight and that wide." Like, you cheeky bastard.
Thanks,
and
brother.
he was like, honestly though, he says, "Kayla," and he went, "I'm saying this, but," he said, "whatever you're using when it doesn't even fucking look like you, please will you stop, it's embarrassing." And that was when I was like really starting with the whole social media page and it was growing a little bit. And I do look back now and I'm thinking, what a twat.
Yeah.
What
Do you want to know something? I was really insulted by my brother over Christmas, so I took a lovely family photo on Christmas Day, as you do, and I sent it to the family group chat and he went, "Have you put a filter on this? Because we all look really good." And I was like, "No, I haven't put anything on it."
What do you mean they look?
He said to me, he went, "But you look a bit paler." I was like, "That's because I've not been on the sunbed and you live in Dubai, pal. This is a different weather climate over here." He was like, "Yeah, but look, your skin's glowing." I was like, "Mate, I've had a glow up in 2025. I've been pure gold poured in me." And he said, "Are you sure you've not put a filter on it?" I was like, "I am positive, thank you very much, Daniel Campbell."
Oh my gosh. No, but that's the thing, and I think we are in a world now where it's just
the norm.
And as a parent, I do have so much fear for Eva growing up and how it seems the society, the younger, what are they called, Generation X, what are they called, Gen X, what are they called?
I don't know which generation. I just know that I'm not one of them.
No, but I feel like that kind of society now are normalising that it's all, that you don't need skills, you don't need a brain, you just need the looks and a camera and a phone in front of you in order to make money. Now, we always say this to Eva, what do you want to be when you're older? What's your goal? What's your ambition? What do you want to be? And luckily, she's never said influencer, go on, be a YouTuber, do this. The two things she wants to be is a dance teacher, or she said this week that she wants to join the police.
Nice.
I said that, and I'm like, what? Like I said, you'd be a good policewoman, babe.
Kicking ass.
Yeah.
She'd end up really high up, like a
strong boss bitch. Yeah. That's what I was like.
Yeah, like sergeant, detective, kicking shit ass.
And I just hope that continues. Yeah. Because I would hate to, in years to come, Eva to not use her skills and not use her talents to pursue an amazing career out of it. Yeah. And just, let's talk Bonnie Blue, be on OnlyFans and just opening her legs and just sucking dick for money.
Do you know what? If you want to go and do that, I love sex as much as the next person does. My issue with what she does is she puts herself in some very risky positions in some very dodgy countries, like where sex is a criminal.
She's just got banned or arrested.
Yeah, and she nearly faced like life imprisonment in some third world country prison where she was going to get fed slop out of a leaf or something. But also some of these countries will kill you for that. It's illegal, like it's a criminal offence for women to do this. And then alongside that, not only are you risking your own life in these far-flung, dodgy-ass countries, so not only is Bonnie Blue putting herself in such dodgy positions in these far-flung countries, but it's her obsession with this barely legal.
Oh.
She's obsessed with everything being barely legal. The boys that are only just turning into a legal age.
I know a word for that. I know a word for that. It starts with N and ends in E.
And I find that that's more of from a psychology point of view, that there's issues there. That if that is your obsession, the way you want to make your career, to make your living, to make your name, is through everything being with barely legal people, that there's a bigger issue underlying.
This is where it really, really does annoy me, because if you think, as women, how far we've come, we're not quite there yet, but as how far we've come and how we are trying to grow confident, strong, clever women who stand up for themselves, speak their minds, don't take bullshit, and everything, and to use their brains and to prove that women are equal to men, basically. And I feel with people like Bonnie Blue who are glamorising OnlyFans and porn, which, like I say, you do. I don't diss anyone in the porn industry. No. You do you, and you make money the way that you want it. But for me personally, as a mum of a young girl, I don't want things like that to be glamorised, and for her to think that it's okay to do that. Because let's be honest, I feel like with people like that who are glamorising OnlyFans and going on social media and things like that, I do feel like it's making us go backwards as women. Yeah,
it's becoming a bit of an objectification.
Absolutely.
Again.
And if you think of what Bonnie Blue does, and when she announces that she's going to sleep with 1,000 people in a day or whatever she bloody does, and there is a queue of men. All ages, in balaclavas, that are probably married, someone's dad, someone's brother,
someone's son,
lining up to do that. And I think,
did you ever watch the Bonnie Blue documentary on Channel 4? No. So there was a documentary, and I watched it to see sort of what it was about. And it was really interesting because it talked about that event when she was going to sleep with 1,000 people in 14 hours, whatever it was. And when you saw her at the start of it, she was all for it, and she was, this is what I'm going to do, I'm owning this is my choice, everybody can say what they want. Absolutely fine, I completely agree, it's your life, it's your decisions, you're a grown-ass woman. But at the end of it, there was a light missing in her. They'd been fucked out of her, that's why. Well, there was this emptiness, and she just appeared very flat, because I don't believe that, as much as you can say that that's all for you,
and
but
you love sex. I mean,
1,000 guys, you just
but then
an object to be
I
used.
was just to say that
You're just an object.
Men
for a
are
result.
just seeing that as just an object.
There's
and
no connection.
Women have fought and died for that to not be a thing, for women to not just be seen as objects. And if you think about, even in society now, women going out on runs, getting attacked, and the amount of attacks on women, and how many women go missing or get attacked, get raped.
Well, but the police officer that happened to by another police officer.
If you think, if there's people like Bonnie Blue making this normal, and then it's okay for men just to come and do this.
Yeah.
Obviously, think of young lads.
Yeah.
Think of young lads. They will think, well, it must be okay to do this. It blows my mind.
But now that's some of what porn has done as well, with the expectations for what boys think is a representation of a girl or a woman, that they should look a certain way.
Absolutely.
Every one of them should be completely waxed clean. Every one of them should look like this. They should always have this perfect big boobs, big bum, tiny waist.
Absolutely.
And that's come from the unrealistic expectations of the amount of hours that are put in to prepare for one porn scene that gets recorded. And that a boy watches and then thinks that that's normal, that's what's expected. So then women never feel like they're good enough because they're not quite meeting the expectations of a porn film.
Exactly. And the one thing I've always sworn by is bringing up a boy who will be a man in this world, that he will know.
Yeah.
He will know how to treat women.
Absolutely.
How to respect women.
Yeah.
When it comes to sex, he will know no means no.
Absolutely.
And he will be brought up to respect women.
Absolutely.
And to not objectify them.
Yeah.
But as much as I hate what Bonnie Blue does and how she is making this
multi-million pounds off doing this one thing,
but
she's also a very clever businesswoman.
She's a very, very clever businesswoman. How she markets, how she actually does her marketing is fucking good. Now, that tells me, if you think of Bonnie Blue, if she actually shut her legs and used her brain, what she would be able to fucking do.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm on about. I want girls to use what they have. Like, women have fought for these rights. Women have, crawled up the ladder to become successful women.
Yes, 100%.
And I really want our girls to go into that world being badass bitches, being CEOs of a business, and the best thing about it, Emily, our girls have, and I am blowing smoke up my own arse here, but they have got two amazing good role models who work hard, who are pursuing business and showing them, if you want something and if you want to enjoy life and enjoy all the
100%.
materialistic things, you've got to work your ass off, because that's the generation I think that we were brought up in.
100%.
And I think
100%.
this is a very bold statement, but I do think this is why there's a massive issue with unemployment with the younger generation.
100%.
Because they don't know what they want to do.
No.
I don't think a lot of them are using the skills or the brains that they're being used. And fair enough, there might not be enough jobs out there for them, and I get that. But I do also feel it's because they have this belief and this desire of pursuing unrealistic jobs, social media, OnlyFans, and things like
YouTubers, they're never going, and it's because the people that they see and the people that they watch and the people that they follow are the ones who have worked their asses off to get themselves to be in a position of being well off, of having lots of followers, because you will know from somebody that's built an online platform with your coaching from the ground up. I'm only just in that starting phase of it, but you've got to put the hours in. And I think some of these children live in a deluded world where they think that, they just click the fingers, post 2 videos, go viral, and now they're multimillionaires.
I was just about to say they're going to go get that virality of videos and they earn money from it. And now I earn money off TikTok, and I've had quite a lot of. Sounds like I'm again blowing smoke on my ass, but I've had a few viral videos. Has it earned me a load of money? Absolutely not. And this is God's honest truth. I've had a 19 million view video. You would like to think from 19 million I'd at least earn a few grand. I earned £400.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
No. When you think how many people have seen that video.
Exactly. And if everyone paid £1 to see me shake my bum on my holiday, I'd be 19 million pounds richer.
The irony that video that went viral was you shaking your ass on a holiday with the kids and not anything to do with your coaching.
Exactly. Well annoying. Absolutely well annoying. But this is what I think it does. When I say worry about my daughter and the girls, I generally think that Eva is going to go on and to do amazing things. I don't think she's going to fall into that.
No, because I don't think either of us would let our girls do that. My mum always said to me, if you want to go and travel, you want to go and do this, that and the other, you can do, but after you've got your education.
Now, I've got a question. Do you think Bonnie Blue's mum's proud of her?
see, it's a difficult one, that. From a business aspect, I'd be like, wow, you are one hell of a businesswoman. Look at the potential. But then when you dig deeper into what that business is, I just don't know how you can sit there and be really super overjoyed. And she might be. She might think her daughter is the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks, and that's fair play. But if I was her mum, I'd be wishing that she'd made those millions and been that businesswoman in a different way.
Because
I think it's the risk for me as a mum, from a parental point of view. I would be going, why are you going to that country where you could get beheaded for doing this?
exactly.
That's what gets me. Why are you putting yourself in such a risky position?
Because could you ever imagine if Nancy
I'd be horrified. I'd be like,
came and
I
said,
don't think so.
"This
I'm
is what
just
I
going
want
to
to
go
do."
to Indonesia and sleep on a bus and sleep with all these barely legal boys, and I might get beheaded and I might get arrested and you might never see me again. I'm not going to sit there and go, okay babe, have a wonderful time, because that'd just be unreal.
It's mental.
It is
This
mental.
world is absolutely mental.
Mental.
So on that note, we're going to play a game, a fact or fear. So the first one, teen girls spend an average of 6 hours a day on social media.
100%.
I would say more.
More.
I would say more. And it does, I do keep saying it's going to go full circle. I keep saying the social media world is going to go full circle. And the only thing I would like to change when it comes to social media and, you know, all the influences that these young girls see is what I was just saying to you before we recorded this episode, is about influencers being honest with how they look and what they've had done.
Yes.
And to make these young girls aware that it's not real. No. And what scares me even more is the fact that AI is circulating in social media.
AI is shocking.
So you can see a girl dancing or doing whatever, and it's not even a real person.
No.
It's not even a real person. And I'm sure, I don't know if it's Vogue, I don't know if it's a massive, massive fashion magazine, but they have been the first magazine to use an AI model. So they haven't even used
actual people. Wow.
Does that not scare the shit out of you?
Do you know what else scares me? I watched a Vicky Patterson documentary on like AI and the modifications and the deep fakes, and she put a picture of her now husband into it, and it couldn't recognise that it was a man and make it into a naked male body. It just put his head onto a naked female body, because that's how the programming currently works. That it will recognise and it can develop the naked female bodies to do all these deep fakes, send all these indecent, explicit images out, but it can't recognise it as a male. Tell me that doesn't say a lot about
oh my God,
how women are being seen by some people.
Yeah. It's so scary.
Yeah.
More children want to be YouTubers than doctors. I would say that's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I could be a doctor because of the pressure of killing somebody, but I think just across the board, more people want to be YouTubers than anything.
Absolutely.
With any
quick fix money. Try and be chasing money, and
labels.
Why do I need to train for 7 years at university, getting a shitload of debt when I can just stick a camera in front of me, just play a game? Let's be honest, who was it? Angry Ginge on I'm a Celebrity. Famous from playing games, being a YouTuber, earning millions of pounds.
The years of playing Crash Bandicoot I had, and I could have been making millions.
And now I think when it comes to YouTube and things like that, and people who have grown successful businesses online and social media platforms, I think the time to do that was during COVID.
Yes.
And these people that are successful started in COVID times, and sometimes I not regret, but I do think, bloody hell, where would I have been if I'd have done all this in
when everyone was sat at home, and that's when social media really exploded.
So I feel like the young children are so naive to it that I know from the job that I do and putting myself on social media is such a saturated kind of industry, and for people to start now and to become millionaires and YouTubers, it's very, very slim.
Yes.
But these
Yeah.
children don't get them. They're so naive to
Yeah.
that they,
And they've got to be able to offer something different, haven't they? And playing games is playing games. It doesn't matter what game you play.
Yeah, exactly. 70% of teens think education doesn't matter anymore.
I'm not convinced that it's that high, but I think there is a substantial amount. From when I used to work in education, especially at a secondary level, from the number of children that I used to hear say, well, it doesn't really matter if I don't get that GCSE. It doesn't really matter. It's not the end of the world because I can go and do this.
Yeah.
Or because I can go and do that, or I can go and just become an influencer. But people are also happy to settle. And there's nothing wrong with going and working in a supermarket. But I used to listen to a lot of people say, well, it's okay because I can go and work in a supermarket and that's all I really need to do in my life, as long as I can get by.
Yeah.
And they've lost a little bit of aspiration.
I think that's half the problem, that a lot of children have
But is
not
that
a lot of
because of the
ambition, a lot of
curriculum?
aspiration, or is that because of parenting?
Yeah. Parenting,
It can be parenting, curriculum. Now, there's certain things in the curriculum that I think don't need to be taught.
Oh, no.
And I do think that there should be something at secondary schools regarding money.
Yep.
And
I
being
loved
able
it.
to
I can
life
tell you
skills,
how, I can
money.
sit there and tell you how a leaf photosynthesizes, but can I tell you how to get a goddamn fucking mortgage? Not a chance. I am
Do you know what I mean?
35
Make
nearly.
children and young people know more about life and money and
I
how
know
to save.
there's banks that have tried doing that, isn't there? There's like the Barclay card used to go into schools and do coaching and things like that, but there does need to be more. Does need to be more.
I think need to be more life
Do
skills
I
that
need to know
really,
about
really
leaf photosynthesizing and Pythagoras' theorem? I've never used Pythagoras' theorem ever since
But
I left
something that
GCSE.
sets these children up on the right foot for when they pursue adult life.
Yeah.
Really, and give them that ambition and that
100%.
drive. I think if they knew more about how money works, how difficult it is to get it, and how
much of it the taxman will fucking take anyway.
I'm being deadly serious though. I genuinely think it would make them think, right, if I'm wanting to do this, I'm going to have to work hard at school and I'm going to have to do this because let's be honest with you, they have no concept of money at all.
I do remember I once was involved in a programme that a group of kids were involved in, and they had to pick all these different things. So the house they wanted, the car they wanted, the life they wanted, the holidays they wanted, and they got given a price of all these things and they added it all up. And then they broke it down into how much they would need to earn a month, and then they were given a list of jobs that actually earned them that much money. And there was 1 or 2 jobs, and it meant that they were going to have to go to university for 7, 8, 9 years. They were going to have to go and do extensive amounts of studying and learning, and that actually their education really mattered. And they all sat there going, yeah, but why does it cost that much money to have this house?
Yeah.
Well, because that's reality, babe.
Yeah, and I think that's what they need. They need a bit of reality. They don't need to be learning about, I'm not being funny, what is it, the algebra? When have you bloody used algebra? I bloody haven't. So honestly, teach them things that are genuinely going to benefit them and put them on the right foot when it comes to adulthood.
Absolutely.
Most influencers earn £100,000 a year. I fucking wish. I wish.
TikTok famous.
TikTok famous. I haven't even made 100 fucking quid, never mind 100 grand. It's just not, you get, don't get me wrong, people with massive following, they'll earn money on TikTok and they'll get some kind of income coming from it. They will. But average Joe, just wanting to go, absolutely
and
not.
Definitely not at the start.
OnlyFans creators make easy money.
Absolutely not. They might do if they're massive names.
Oh, like Bobby will make millions.
Yes,
millions.
absolutely. But Joe Blogs that does a bit of a video in the bedroom at home and posts it on OnlyFans and started doing it in lockdown when nobody had anything better to do than get laid every 5 minutes.
And I think again, that's becoming very saturated. Everyone's jumping on the take photos of my feet trend and do you know what I mean?
I'll take photos of my feet.
Oh, mine are like hobbits at the moment.
Keep them on the floor and keep them under socks, please.
Do you know what I mean though? I think everyone's jumping on that and it's getting very, very saturated. It's a lot harder than what people actually think.
And that's then another risk because then they have to do more risky things to be able to get themselves out there. So what position are they then putting themselves in even further?
Yeah. And I just, like I say, I just want our girls just to know that, just to have a self-respect and to use what is given to them, i.e. the brain, not the boobs,
Not the vagina.
and not the vagina. But honestly, I do really, really hope that Eva doesn't just strive for popularity.
No.
That's what.
But I think if any parent raises their girls or their boys with decent morals and values, with grit and determination and a good work ethic, that it's not easy, you don't just roll into it and become a multimillionaire, then we might start to turn the tables. But until that starts to happen, we're going to continue on this path, I think.
I know, and it's really scary. And like I said, my hope for Eva is that, I always say this to her, that she just pursues whatever she wants in life, and she doesn't allow society and social media to influence her in that respect.
Yeah.
So I always say to her, if you want to be a dance teacher and you want to be a police officer, you go and be a police officer. You can actually achieve that if you actually put your mind to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't just settle for trying to be a sheep and go with the crowd of chasing popularity, chasing likes, chasing follows,
Don't be afraid to stick out for doing...
Chase ambition.
Yeah.
Chase success.
Doing something different.
Chase being that bastard bitch who worked hard and is reaping the benefits from it.
100%.
Because that's what women want. As women, we want that.
Yeah.
We want seeing a lot more women in authority roles and in more successful roles and running businesses and being that person at the top of the meeting table and leading things. We want that. And the way that the society is going, it's kind of, we're taking 2 steps forward and then 10 steps back. It's like we're constantly being
these younger
pulled down.
generations fucking us over for the work that's been done from generations before.
It is.
The lazy motherfuckers.
And not only that, sexualising and that objectification is just being normalised.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's scary.
It is
but
scary.
It all comes down to us as parents.
Yeah.
That is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I think there's still hope. I do think there's still hope for the younger.
Absolutely. And I think what they see as values at home and what they see from parents as values, and if you're teaching them the right things, then that hope will continue.
Yeah. Because obviously we can control what goes on around them.
Yeah.
And we can control the people that they will become as well, and help them and mould them into being these women who don't, like I say, just rely on following trends and owning the legs and going on OnlyFans. Like, use the brains.
Yes, 100%.
Brains, not boobs.
Brains, not boobs.
So, on that note, have you got a what the fuck of the week?
My what the fuck of the week would be, why does my child need so many lip glosses in her life and still want more? So for Christmas, for her birthday, just before Christmas, she was introduced to P. Louise. Not by me, by her auntie and uncle. Thanks for that. And then for Christmas, she wanted 1,000,001 P. Louises, but very nicely, they had a Black Friday offer. So,
what is, right, you are talking to someone who...
P. Louise is an overpriced makeup range.
Right.
Where it's all very pink and gold and sparkly. And they have an overpriced shop that's like this big warehouse, and they've got this train in it and all this fancy stuff, and it's very over the top, very, very over the top.
Very Instagrammable, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. But these lip glosses come and they've got like the top that you take off has a little tiara around it. And then you can get ones that like clip onto your bag or clip onto your blazer pocket or clip onto your keys or whatever. And they're about £19-20 per lip gloss. And Nancy on her Christmas list had originally put 28 of them. So I fobbed a few off onto different family members. And then I had a look on Black Friday, because Black Friday had loads on. It was like 3 for 2. And you got both the lip gloss and the clip-on one.
Wow.
So we did get quite a few of those. But she still sat there looking at Sephora yesterday, looking at lip glosses. I went, babe, why do you possibly need more lip glosses? Do you want to know what her answer was? I'm really chucking my mum under the bus here. She went, well, Teddy always wears 2 lip glosses at once. So because my mum always has 2 lip glosses on, Nancy now deems
Don't need to pay for them now.
Yeah. Well, I said that to her. I said, if you want more lip glosses, you know where your teddy is. Go and have a chat with our donor.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my what the fuck of the week.
On that note,
Yes.
that is episode 8 of Raising Girls in a Filtered World. So thanks again for listening.
Yes,
We
as
obviously every episode we do say we hope you're enjoying it. Please comment on the podcast, let us know what you think of it, and if you would like to drop us a follow on MILFs Unfiltered Pod.
Look at you go.
Each week.
If you've got any messages, any topics you want us to cover, drop us a DM. We would love to hear from you. We always want your input. We want to do what you want to listen to make it as fun and engaging for you guys. So drop us a DM if you have any topics, anything that you want us to cover in the new year as we move forward. Let us know.
And without anything being said, thank you for listening to MILFs Unfiltered.